What's going on, guys? What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys the team builder for our final match of the D&D Season 6. This is the Elimination Bracket Finals that we will be about to play. The last match for the Championship League, at least. I believe the Premiership is fairly far behind on their playoff matches, but they at least have their Championship match to play still, which I believe is between Cam and Deceptive. So we'll see how that goes. On our side, the champion of the Championship League was Shiny Krabby, who ended up beating Dat Dude. Both of them got promoted. And just today, on the other side of the elimination bracket, Jed defeated Magic in a very close match. Unfortunately, the elimination bracket had all four of us close friends, and only one of us is going to be promoted, and it's the winner of this match. So it's either going to be me or Jed. No hard feelings. Based on who gets promoted, to be completely honest. I'm perfectly happy staying in Championship and sort of refining my game a little bit more before going up against the tougher competition in the Premiership and sort of trying to prove skill that way. So anyways, let's run through Jed's team. This is the third time we've played him, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but he's got Hydreigon, Mamoswine, Araquanid, Hitmonlee, Electrode, Celesteela, Whimsicott, Alolan Marowak, Espeon, Dodrio, and Golbat. He has priority in Mamoswine with Ice Shard, Hitmonlee with Fake Out, and Mach Punch, and Espeon with Quick Attack. Dodrio with Quick Attack as well, I believe. He has Hazard Setting with Mamoswine with Stealth Rock, Araquanid with Sticky Webs, and Alolan Marowak with Stealth Rock. He has removal options in Hydreigon with Defog, Whimsicott with Defog, Hitmonlee with Rapid Spin, and Golbat with Defog. And he has two 4x weaknesses, Hydreigon to Fairy, and Whimsicott to Poison. Now, last time we just played him like 3 weeks ago in the first round of the playoffs, and we ended up winning 5-0. We also played him in week 4 of the regular season, and we beat him 2-0 there. So we've got a good record against Jed. We also beat him in the NCL, and we beat him in the CCBL friendly. The one time he beat us was in UPBA Season 1, so I think we're like 4-1 against him lifetime. I'm not, he's a good battler, right? So I'm not underestimating him by any means. I don't think Hitmonlee comes. I think it's got a shit matchup, just like it did last time. There's no reason for him to bring Hitmonlee in my mind, unless he wants to try and pick on Ferrothorn, but then he should just bring Alolan Marowak for that. Last time he brought Mamoswine, Electrode, Celesteela, Whimsicott, Alolan Marowak, and Espeon. I was expecting Dodrio and Golbat to come as well because they came in the first match. Hydreigon, I'm still super scared of, but he hasn't brought it against me both times now, so he must be more scared of Mega Medicham and other threats on my team that can deal with the Hydreigon well. Araquanid, I'm still scared of, and I'm packing some removal options just in case he brings a Webs Araquanid. We've also kind of got a strategy around that, but we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, I'm honestly, he could bring the same team. I don't think he will, because he lost last time pretty badly as well. Although you could pinpoint most of it down to some hacks on my side. I ended up paralyzing his setup Celesteela, which could have just run through my team. So we'll see what he wants to do with that, but I'm anticipating Golbat to come this time. Mamoswine, Electrode, Celesteela, Espeon, and then one of Whimsicott or Alolan Marowak maybe, or throw in Hydreigon or Araquanid there instead. Dodrio is okay. I don't think he would bring Dodrio, just because he kind of has to. It's too frail. He would have to bring a Sash variant, and I don't know if he wants to bring a Sash variant, because SD just does more against my team. So we'll see. Again, Hitmonlee is absolute complete trash against my team. If he brings it, it's just better for me. Especially against the team that I'm bringing, Hitmonlee is just complete garbage. Hydreigon, again, yeah, it could come. So that's kind of what I'm anticipating. On my side, though, let's get into things here. Now, we ended up winning pretty handily last time, and I considered bringing my exact same team. You'll notice, if you've been following my D&D videos, that I have 4 of the 6 that we brought last time. I'm changing a couple things up, and I'm sort of just replacing one of those roles. We ended up bringing a pretty fast team last time, and Swellow, I brought a Guts Swellow, which ended up destroying his Mamoswine with Facade into Quick Attack. I think the Quick Attack really caught him off guard. Scarf Espeon is still a big problem for my team, and so we'll start off with the wall that is specialty defensive Zapdos. I brought this against him both of the last 2 times, and it has put in so much work against his team. Granted, if he doesn't bring special attackers, it's not that great. So he can play around this. It's not that big a deal if he does, because we still have HP investment, so it's not like we're just not a tank anymore. But this hard stops Espeon. Like, it completely stops Espeon in its tracks. Espeon cannot touch this set. It never has, never will be. Whimsicott can't touch this set. So that's kind of the play there. We're running the exact same move. It's the same set from last time with Discharge, Roost, Toxic, and Defog. Things that want to switch in on Discharge are called Mamoswine and Whimsicott and Alolan Marowak with Lightning Rod. Those things don't like a Toxic. Defog is there for the Mamoswine setting up rocks. He had Rocky Helmet Mamoswine. Actually, I believe he brought Rocky Helmet Mamoswine against me twice now, and I think it was Rocky Helmet the first time. But I'm pretty sure Mamoswine was his rocker both times. We got Roost for reliable recovery just because we need it. Static because I like paralyzing things. That's kind of what Discharge is there for as well. If I don't get the Discharge para and he hits me with a physical attack that makes contact, then he might get paralyzed that way. So that's been my whole strat the entire season. And it's the last game. It's the last game. This is actually our 16th game of the season because we managed to hit the absolute maximum number of games we could have played. If we got eliminated in round 1 or 2 of the playoffs, going through potentially 2 or 3 rounds of the elimination bracket, we ended up hitting the maximum amount of games that we could have played, which is 16. And we had no FFs in the regular season, and we didn't play anyone that gave us an FF, so we actually ended up playing 16, or we're going to end up playing 16 games. This is easily the longest season I've ever participated in. Actually, that's not true. 16 games for this. I ended up playing 17 in LET Season 1, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping it doesn't end up like how I got knocked out in that league, but yeah. So anyway, Spidef Zapdos. Huge fan of Zapdos. I would 100% draft this thing again, or I might just franchise it. Who knows? It was that good for me that I might consider just franchising it. So next up, Alomomola. We're bringing a physically defensive one. This is about the same set that I brought last time, except instead of Scald, which is Whimsicott freely switched in on, I'm bringing Knockoff. I want to get rid of some items. I think that Knockoff is pretty useful against his team, especially if he brings a Araquanid to try and switch that thing in on a Scald. I've seen him bring special Araquanid before, and if he wants to bring Espeon to tank that or whatever, and if he wants to bring Golbat to switch in on Scald, then I can knock off its Violite. I think that Knockoff is just kind of a better utility move this time, because I'm not focused on burning things as much, and I'd rather toxic things. We're running Wish Protect. I thought about changing Protect out for Refresh, because I think that he was not prepared for Alomomola last time, and he freely admitted that to me. But I'm anticipating that he's going to bring status for my Alomomola. Like, he's going to bring Toxic on something, I think, just because of what happened last time. And so I wanted to bring Refresh just for that, but Protect is such a good scouting move, and it can help against like a Z-move Celesteela or a Z-move Mamoswine or Z-move Espeon, something like that. He's learned his lesson, and he's probably not going to put a Z-move on Alolan Marowak just because Thick Club actually makes it stronger, but that's kind of where we're at there. Running max HP, max defense. I don't care about hitting an odd number of HP this time. If we can pass a Wish, we can pass a Wish, I guess, then, but I'm not too concerned about it. Wish is mostly there just for recovery on the Alomomola itself. We're bringing Mega Medicham. This is the same moveset and the same EVs and stuff that we had last time, but we have a different plan with the Mega Medicham. Medicham didn't even see the field, I don't believe, last time, and so this is kind of to make up for that. We're running enough speed on here to outspeed the Hydreigon if he's not scarfed. Excuse me. Max attack with 16 HP. I mean, max attack is brutal. Like, it's going to destroy his face. Fake out. The plan is to lead with this Medicham and get a fat fake out off on something. He's got 1 immunity and a little Marowak, but I don't know if he's going to want to switch that in turn 1. Like, he's going to want to preserve health on that as much as he can, I think. And if he brings Electrode and leads with Electrode like he did last time, just because my team is like weak to Electrode overall, which is why I thought he was going to bring it last time, and he did, of course, bring the Electrode last time, because my team is very weak to Electrode as a Pokemon in general. Thunder Punch is there to hit the Celesteela primarily, and it also hits the Araquanid really well, but I have Zen Headbutt to hit the Araquanid with as well. Thunder Punch also can hit the Dodrio really well. It's not really there for the Golbat. It's mostly there for the Celesteela, just to be able to hit that thing really, really hard. And it also covers a bunch of other bases, rather than bringing like Fire Punch, which doesn't. Because Fire Punch can't hit the Araquanid as well, and Fire Punch could hit the Whimsicott as well, but it doesn't matter. So Drain Punch is there for reliable recovery. I guess Thunder Punch is what we have to hit the Espeon with too. Espeon's physical defense is actually pretty shit though, so we might be able to power through that thing with just a Drain Punch, potentially, because it's a resisted hit. It might not be the best, or a Zen Headbutt, even though it's a resisted hit, might not be the best. We'll see what happens. Might just have to chip it down a little bit. Fake Out again, really good priority. The first game, Mega Medicham tore through his team with Fake Out. Holy shit. I think I killed like 4 things with Mega Medicham that game. It was absolutely ridiculous how much work it put in. Zen Headbutt, it can hit the Golbat really well. It can hit the Mamoswine, well, Drain Punch for the Mamoswine. It hits Electric, well, Drain Punch. It's going to hit the Alolan Marowak the best, especially because if he's Lightning Rod, he's immune to the other 3 attacks, so that's what that's there for. Whimsicott as well, it's going to hit the Hitmonlee the best, although I'd probably rather Drain Punch that, because it'll kill anyways. Zen Headbutt can also hit the Araquanid. It's resisted by the Celesteela, whereas Drain Punch isn't, so if I'm in a tough spot and I need some health, then I'm going to Drain Punch the Celesteela anyways. Dodrio, I'd rather Thunder Punch or Drain Punch. And Espeon again, I'd rather Thunder Punch. So I was debating on not running Zen Headbutt and putting like Bullet Punch on there instead. I didn't think that the coverage was that necessary for me. I just thought about running a sub. Jay had suggested I run Bulk Up, but there's nothing I can set up a Bulk Up on his team, to be completely honest with you. Pretty well, maybe Hitmonlee. Yeah, Hitmonlee is about it, actually. That's about the only thing I could set up a Bulk Up on his entire team. The rest of it is threats that threaten Mega Medicham, so I need to either be faster than them, or catch them switching in and deal a shitload of damage to them. That's kind of the strat with Mega Medicham. I'm going to skip over... no, we'll talk about the main strategy of the game right now then. I'm bringing Speed Pass. This has not worked at all this season. I pulled it off like twice in my first match against Krabby, where he 5-0'd me, I think. Yep, he 5-0'd me because I crit his Skarmory. Yeah, so I haven't been able to pull off Speed Pass. I actually haven't brought this against Jed, so I'm not sure if he's expecting it, although it was like my core strategy coming out of my draft was Scolipede, Speed Pass, and then Mega Medicham destroying people. Sub, Baton Pass, Endeavor, and Protect. Protect guarantees we get up to... Protect with Focus Sash guarantees we get up 2 speed boosts, which is necessary on the Mega Medicham to be able to outspeed Scarfed Espeon, which he has brought the last 2 times. I'm wary of that because I know that thing gets Dazzling, A, Dazzling Gleam, B, Shadow Ball, and C, Psychic, all 3 of which can absolutely destroy my Mega Medicham's face. So I need to be faster than it. Obviously it needs to be like chipped as well. But the thing is that he's got so many threats that Mega Medicham can't switch in on, that I have to pass the speed behind a sub. So, we've got the sub there to pass behind a sub. Baton Pass, we can threaten out the Whimsicott with this, because he won't know if we have Poison Jab or not. So that's what the sub is there for, is we basically get a free sub against the Whimsicott, we get a Protect off, then we can Baton Pass out into the Mega Medicham, and Mega Medicham will be +2 speed, and will be a massive threat to his entire team. We've got the Endeavor there in case I'm in like a last-ditch scenario and I can't get the Speed Pass off, but Scolipede is like pretty low. Then I can just Endeavor something else really low and go into one of my faster things to clean it up later. We're running enough speed on here to outrun base 110, which is Espeon Dodrio. Excuse me. Espeon Dodrio. I think Celesteela is a pretty okay switch into this for him, because I've nothing... Like, Scolipede just doesn't get anything to hit Celesteela with, so the plan is to Speed Pass into Mega Medicham on the Celesteela, I guess, is the play, because we can bring in Scolipede on the Whimsicott, which might threaten out the Alomomola, would threaten out the Mega Medicham, might threaten out the Zygarde 10%, which we'll talk about in a second. Set up a sub, protect, speed pass into Mega Medicham hopefully OHKOs something, or, you know, if he wants to set up an Autotomize on Celesteela or something in front of my face, then I'm still going to be faster with Mega Medicham, and I can get 2 Thunder Punches off and kill it, because I'd still be behind a sub. We're running max HP because I might need the HP investment, who knows? Honestly, I have no clue. But where else am I going to put it? Special attack? Like, not really. So, last 20 is in SpDef. Normally I would put that in defense, but the things that threaten Scolipede are special attackers for the most part. Like, his physical attackers don't really threaten Scolipede very much, so that's kind of why I put the points into SpDef. I doubt that it'll make a difference, but who knows? I've seen Jed run weakness policy, Zygarde 50%, and 4 defense EVs on Zapdos was the difference between that Zygarde killing the Zapdos or the Zapdos living. So we'll see. Next up, Zygarde 10%. We're bringing completion. Last time I brought a Dragon Dance Yachi Berry set. This time we've switched it up quite a lot actually. Bringing Soft Sand to sort of imitate Choice Band. The play is to sort of bait him into thinking that I'm banded with 1,000 Arrows. Now I tried to do that last time as well, to be honest. Excuse me. I kept using 1,000 Arrows all the way until the end, and then I clicked Extreme. I sort of alternated between only using one move, bluffing that I was Scarfed the entire time. This time I'm bluffing that I'm banded, based on the Soft Sand damage, per se. So when he calcs it, he'll be like, oh well, that's not Scarf damage, or that's not, you know, Yachi Berry Dragon Dance damage, and we're not, because we're not. Outrage I had on there last time. I realized it doesn't do a whole lot to his team. I'd rather just not run Outrage when it only hits the Hydreigon. Like, granted, his fairy is Whimsicott, which deals with this fantastically, so, like, why would I have to do that? We're running Glare to just paralyze some stuff, to be honest with you. Like, I just want to paralyze some shit. That's been my whole strat the entire season. He's gonna fucking hate me too for doing this, but running Glare because I want to paralyze shit. The only thing that cannot be paralyzed by Glare on his team is the Electrode. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure if Alolan Marowak gets paralyzed by Glare either. Doesn't matter, I don't want to paralyze Alolan Marowak, I'd rather Toxic that thing. Yeah, which is why we're running double status with Glare and Toxic. If I can Toxic certain things, then I can go for that. It's dangerous for me to click Glare if Espeon is to switch into this thing. However, I don't think he's going to switch in Espeon on a Zygarde, because that's, like, risking way too much. It's risking way too much for him. I don't think he would just take free damage, or potentially just die if I was banded. I might just kill him because of how poor its regular defense is. I thought about not bringing this and bringing Banded Floatzel instead. Which, okay, so after some calcs, Banded Floatzel actually looks like complete garbage against his team. But on paper, I was looking at it and I'm like, Banded Floatzel with, like, Crunch, Liquidation, Aqua Jet, and Ice Fang kind of does a lot of work. And then I looked at the calcs, and we still aren't touching, like, defensive Celesteela. We're still not touching Araquanid even. Crunch isn't even, like, Banded Crunch isn't even OHKOing Espeon. I was, like, blown away by the calcs and how little damage Floatzel actually does. It makes me a little bit sad because I picked up Floatzel thinking that it would be a really solid physical attacker, and it ended up coming to one match after I picked it up. Granted, Steelix wouldn't have come to any of these matches anyways, so I don't regret that, but that's just kind of sad to me. We're bringing the Extreme Speed on here because I need more priority, honestly. Like, that's just kind of the game there. Last time I brought 3 priority moves, and I kind of need it against some of his speed, right? So Whimsicott outspeeds my base 115s, and Electrode outspeeds my entire team, which is why I need the Extreme Speed, just to pick those things off, especially if he brings Scarf Espeon again. I'd love to E-Speed through that thing. 1,000 Arrows, again, rips through his team. I need that for the Celesteela. This is kind of why I brought Zygarde 10 over the, over the Banded Floatzel. 1,000 Arrows, again, once it knocks down the Celesteela, it's absolutely, that thing is gone. Celesteela does not take 1,000 Arrows well. It's one of the main counters to a Celesteela in the game. Jolly 216 lets us outrun base 110s. We're outspeeding Espeon Dodrio with this as well. Max attack and the rest in HP. That's pretty much all there is to it. I'm actually not going to put that in HP, and we're going to put that in SpDef. So I'm going to have to go and change that in my front office, but I'd rather invest in SpDef where we're going to get more out of the stat. So, yeah, because you notice 206. Oh, hang on. No, 10 and 10. It's the same. Okay, that's fine. But the multiplier on this is more, so that's fine. Togekiss is our last mon. I'm bringing a Scarf Togekiss. This sort of, okay, so this is my thought process, right? It sort of makes up for the fact that I'm A, not bringing Scarf Chandelure again, and B, not bringing Swellow, because I thought that flying tore through his team once Celesteela was dead. And I'm not wrong, because Electrode is weak as fuck. Flying tears through his team when Celesteela is dead. It really does. His resists are Electrode and Celesteela, so neither of which have reliable recovery. I just want to throw that out there. Air Slash, Flamethrower, Dazzling Gleam, Defog. Dazzling Gleam just to abuse the Hydreigon, abuse on the Hydreigon if it comes. Hydreigon would have to run like a Z-Belch set or Flash Cannon to deal with my Togekiss. Togekiss has really good natural Spidef, so I'm not sure how well those would even work against me. Air Slash because I want to flinch some shit to death. I wrote this in my front office server and I'm going to say it now. Jed, if you watch this after the fact, if I win this game 100%, I guarantee some of the hacks will go in my favor. Hopefully because of this Togekiss. Otherwise, it'll be because of Discharge Static Zapdos, or it'll be because of Glare, Zygarde 10%. So, or like a high roll on Mega Medicham or something like that. I don't think I can win this game without hacks, so I'm bringing hacks. And I'm a dick, I know it. Arnaud still probably hates my guts for even drafting Togekiss in the first place, let alone trying to bring a Z Tailwind set against him. That was the highlight of this season for me in building, and I didn't even get to use it. I was so sad about that. Flamethrower is there for the Celesteela, because I think it's his main switch into flying, like I said. And even if it's not his main switch into flying, like if Electrode's his main switch into flying, then Flamethrower is going to destroy that thing too. So that's what that's there for. Defog, another Defogger. Rocks are a pain in the ass. My team is not like rocks. I did not draft well around rocks. I drafted good removal, but I didn't draft well around opponents bringing rocks against me. Like Zapdos is weak, Scully is weak, Shandy is weak, Swellow is weak, Togekiss is weak. That's like that's almost half of my entire team that's weak to Stealth Rocks. So we have to play around that by bringing double Defog almost every time. Now granted it's the end of the season, so how much do I really care? And as well, I ended up dropping Cryogonal for Swellow, which was more removal. So that's kind of my argument there. I actually, since I dropped Cryogonal, I haven't been able to bring Ferrothorn as much because I haven't had been able to have the pressure of having a Rapid Spinner with my own Hazard stack. In fact, when was the last time I brought Ferrothorn? Week 11, it looks like. Oh, sorry, I brought it week 12. Okay. I haven't brought Ferrothorn at all in the playoffs. Oh no, I brought it against I brought it against Austin. Okay, but it didn't show. It didn't show its ugly face. Zapdos and Scolipede were enough to win that game. Yeah. So. Shoutouts to me for building this team. Shoutouts to a couple of the guys in my front office, Austin and Jay. I think they were the only two who threw stuff in. I sort of rushed into this a little bit because it's my finals week. Today's one of the only days that I have purely to just like study and do whatever before I have a final on Thursday and 2 on Saturday. So sounds like Jed and I are going to be battling on Sunday this week. It'll be the Throwdown of the Ages, and I will be live commentating that match, which you've probably seen or you're about to see when I post this. So, oh, I should talk about Togekiss's speed real quick. Togekiss is tying a Scarf Mamoswine. He hasn't brought Scarf Mamoswine either time. I don't know if he's going to want to, but I brought Scarf Chandelure, and I'm bringing Scarf Togekiss. They both speed tied with Mamoswine. So, that's the team. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully I can win the game. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. That's kind of my mindset going into this. I'm pretty relaxed about this. I was really nervous, really nervous going into the playoff match, just because I kind of wanted to advance as far as I could. And then we got knocked out by the bullshit Naganadel team, so, you know, whatever. I've sort of just been taking it, you know, really casually from that point on. And again, if I'm staying in Championship, then I'm staying in Championship. Like, who cares? It's all for fun anyways, right? Like, who cares about actually winning? It's not the... Winning isn't everything, you know? Having fun is more important. So, that's it for me. This has been extremely long, but again, it's the last match of the season. Once that last match is done, you can expect a season recap from me, so keep an eye out for that as well. And I will catch you guys for the match.